Bought a new Avalir too, left scratching your head. I'm going to show you all the tools and how they work. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. And don't forget, everything using my videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products, so make sure you check those out. Right, so today's video, I'd like to dedicate this one to Jean. She asked me with a question, new Kirby owner, and wanted to know what all the tools were for. She was struggling with the manuals and finding videos out there that actually showed out what all the tools were for and how to use them. What we'll do, without ado, is we'll jump straight into it. Right, so your new Kirby's arrived, and they've set it up for you, and they've left you with the tools. Now, you've had that Kirby demonstration, and it can be a bit full on for people, and this is purely why I'm doing this video. And it's quite exciting getting a new machine as well. You've had that demonstration that night, and you've got your new Kirby, and you want the next day, you just want to go and clean everything, especially the beds, and you want to shampoo and everything, but you've got to get all that dirt out. Now, you've got all these tools. Most people get rid of their Kirby vacuums within the first 2 years purely because they're not sure how to use all the tools and what the tools are for. Now, you've not just bought a vacuum, you've bought a home care cleaning system at the end of the day. So I'm going to go through what all the tools are for that you get in your bag. On the older versions, you did get a caddy. Again, if you buy one off eBay or wherever you get your Kirby from, you bought a second-hand one, you're still not going to know unless you've got the instruction book. And some people find them instruction books a little bit intimidating, and they're really small photos. What we'll do is I'll jump in and I'll show you what all the tools are, and I'll explain them and go through them for people that have just bought their Kirbys and need to know what they've got and the benefits you're going to get out of your Kirby. So this is the way most people would keep their Kirby, because it gets a bit confusing if you're a new owner on what attachment goes where. There's a lot of videos, obviously they're zoomed in. I think I've done a few videos where I zoom in to show people how to disconnect stuff, and I just wanted to make it a bit more clearer so people can understand what the benefits are out of it they can get out of their Kirby, how to use all the tools, and the benefits of adjusting everything as well, and how it all works. So a bit of a refresher on the demonstration that you had either last night or the night before, whenever you purchased your Kirby. I've got a video on how to convert it for a portable, but I will do that for you at this moment, and I'll put an archive above link to that video as a bit of a quick refresher. If you're going to convert it to the portable, this is ideal for vacuuming your stairs, and if you don't want to use the deep cleaning portable, for vacuuming your curtains and using the duster brush and things like that, and even vacuuming your wall and ceiling. Also, if you have it on the opposite, on the blow side, then you can use it for spraying and shampooing. So what we'll do is we'll quickly show you how to connect the hose to begin with. Now, you don't have to take the handle off if you don't want to convert it to portable. You can leave it as an upright and just put the hose on. Now, the only issue I have with that is that if you're pulling it along with a hose, it can tend to tip over, and if that tips over, you're going to break the handle. 9 times out of 10 it will land against the wall or something, and if you've got that bag pretty full, you're going to have that weight there, and as that tips over, if it catches the cord, it could break your handle. With the hose, all you're going to do is raise your head. Now, if you've been vacuuming, you've got to wind your belt off. Now, if you watch my video, I always leave my belt wound permanently off when it's not in use, purely because it stretches the belts. So I'll wind the belt on first. So if it's in upright position and you've been vacuuming, turn that round, wind it red to red, hook that on, slot it over, and then turn it green to green, ready to clean. Okay, simple as that. Now, if you're using it as an upright, obviously when you're vacuuming, you're going to knock it down with the touch control, and you're going to knock it down until that tone changes. Then you're going to knock it down one more click. For argument's sake, we'll go click, click, you'll go and then you'll click it down once more, and that will be the correct height. I've had a lot of Kirbys, people haven't even used the portable head. They obviously like the cylinder vacuum, and I've found they've never ever used the portable head. It was probably using the demonstration, and that was it. So I've picked a lot up with just the hose connected, and that's still in the box. That's probably the best part of the Kirby vacuum for deep cleaning your carpets and getting all that dirt out that your Dyson or anything else left behind, and for deep cleaning those mattresses to get all those bed bugs and things like that out, and all that dead skin out of those mattresses, because they are literally disgusting. The amount of skin that comes out of there because we spend so much time in bed and we shed a layer of skin. To convert it to portable, all you're going to do, if you want to keep the handle attached, is you're going to wind the belt off. So turn that again, red to red, lift it off, and away it goes. So you've got to make sure that total control is fully down, so that can lift off. If that won't come off, then 9 times out of 10 your Kirby is wound down from vacuuming, and you've got to lift it all the way up to unhook that. So then what I say is wind your belt off again so it doesn't stretch, because while it's in the red mode it's got that tension on that belt and it's going to stretch. Now with your hose you've got this little plastic section here and 2 little prongs here. So all you can do is hook it on there like so, lift it up, and that prong has got to hit and connect. Now there'll be a bit of tension there, so you just lift it up one hand and slide that over. And that now is in straight vacuum mode with the hose. Now when you're using it with just the hose, you've got all these attachments to go with it. Now they come in a bag, so you've got your 2 poles. As we open the bag, 9 times out of 10 you have some spare bags in here as well. Your instruction book's going to be in there 9 times out of 10. And then we've got our shampooer, which we cannot use on this end because this is just the suction side. So we'll put that to one side for now, and then we'll go through how to convert it to the blow side. So you've got your portable handle. So this is for when you want to convert it to vacuuming your mattresses. So instead of using a big upright handle, you can slot this on and slot the bag in, which we'll go through. So that's what that's for. Or if you want to convert it to portable mode, 9 times out of 10 I do leave mine like this. I'm not dragging it up and down though. I have got it connected with the hose, and I'm careful when I'm putting it along so it doesn't tip over. But you can convert it to portable mode if you like with the handle, the shorter handle. The only issue is if your bag's quite full, you're not going to get it to clip in that handle. With your hose you've got your 2 poles. Now to reconnect these, I'll quickly show you. You push them in, twist, and they will lock into position. We've also got, when we go in our bag, you've got this attachment here. Now this is a part that goes on the top, and you've got an adjustment here to reduce the suction if you're vacuuming up a mat or anything like that, something that's really delicate. You can take that off so you've got less suction or airflow there, and it's not going to suck the mat up. So then we flip that off, and this goes on both ends as well. Now I will explain the reason it goes on that end, but we'll go through this end first. So you push that in there, twist, and that's connected. Now what you've got here is your floor tool. Now this is your hard floor tool, and what you've got is a brush on the bottom that's going to sweep all that little debris away. You've got a gap here so it all sucks up. If you've got any big little stones or any pebbles like that, it will suck them up. You have got these wheels here. Now I have got a video, and I will put an archive above linking how to clean one of these out and how to disassemble it, because these tend to get full up with dog hairs or human hair wrapped around there, and then they don't work. They just stay stiff and people are pushing it along, and they just tend to leave them. The amount of these I've picked up with these totally full of grime and hair is astronomical. So say you've been vacuuming the floors, that's on there like so. Now that you can push that right down to the floor, so I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but that will go right down to the floor as low as you can go. So if you're vacuuming under any sideboards that, you can use this. I do use mine consistently. We've got a German Shepherd and the hairs get everywhere. So it's a fantastic tool because you can go from that height and twist it and go down, or even twist it all the way around and go down as low as that. Okay, now that is a really cool tool, and that is good for your hard floors. If you want to use the upright, you can use that for your hard floors, but you must have the brush roll off, purely because if it's down too low and you do catch a pebble, you're gonna scratch your floor. Next up, what we've got is our crevice tool. Now this, again, you put it on, twist, and that has got a little brush on there, and that's for going along your skirting boards. So you can vacuum off down the side of your skirting boards. If you've got the car, then obviously you have the hose and just have that in, and you can get down the side of the chairs in your car, simple as. Next up, what you've got is, this is your pet groomer or your massage cup for your head. So my dog loves this. The only issue I have, again, is you can vacuum the hairs off with it, but they will get stuck in here. Then you've got to take the hose off and vacuum there. So what I tend to do is brush her outside, because otherwise it would cost me an absolute fortune in vacuum bags, because she's a nightmare. As soon as the hose is connected, she thinks you're going to vac her. So next up, what we've got is our upholstery tool. So again, this is going to go on the hose. Now what we've got here is some grooves. Now you can use this on your curtains, your suite. You can use it on your stairs as well if you like. So it's ideal for the staircases if you don't want to be dragging your Kirby up and down the stairs. Your hose should reach around halfway, well maybe just past. I think where I lived in England, the hose used to reach 3 steps from the top. So I'd be going start off at the bottom, I'd stretch the hose and I'd reach 3 steps from the top. So you haven't got a risk when you move your Kirby upstairs. You've only got to do them top 3 stairs with the hose, and you're not going to risk that coming down and clonking you on the head or knocking you out. So that is your upholstery, curtains or stair carpet. That's what that's ideal for. Next up, what you've got is your duster brush. So this is ideal for all your electrical items. Now you've got what they call synthetic horsehair in there. So it's we're not killing any horses, but it's synthetic, so there's no static charge in there, and you can vacuum off any electrical items, even your TV screens, without scratching them. Ideal, really good tool, and it will save you a fortune in polish. So next up, what we've got is a fantastic turbo tool. Now a lot of people might have bought these, and I found a lot of these that people haven't used them. Again, this is fantastic for doing that car interior, for doing your curtains, your suite. Again, when you're using it, I've got an old card which I'll put above, linking to a video how to use it correctly. You do not push down on it, you just go lightly across. That turbine there needs to move up and down, as you can hear, and that's how it cleans your suite. It moves up and down and it spins at the same time, so it's going to agitate all that dust in your settee, car interior, curtains. It's absolutely awesome for that. Now to take this apart, it's literally press the button there, lever that out, so that comes out. You've got a little connector there that goes in there. These will come out, and then what I tend to do when I've been using it is just vacuum that out with the hose, vacuum around here and there, and if you like, you can get a little bit of silicone spray and spray it in there to lubricate it. To put that back in, what we do is push it in, twist until it stops, clicks in place. Then we grab this front section here. You've got a little flat flange there. That just clips in there like so, and then that clips on like so. And that's ready to rock and roll again. So now what I was saying earlier about this goes on the other end. So this is ideal as well, and this is for your wall and ceiling brush. So you can literally put that section on there and vacuum your ceilings. If you want to vacuum your walls, you can do it that way, so up and down, or you can turn it on its side and you can vacuum the walls and get right at those corners to literally get all those cobwebs away. So now we've gone through the input side, so the suction side. So now we're going to go and convert it to the compressor side. Now to do that, you're going to want to remove your bag. Now my only suggestion is make sure when you put this on the blow side, you blow that hose outside first, because you're going to have some excess dust that's been left in there from vacuuming with the hose, and it's either going to be in the machine or it's going to be in here. So to convert this to the air compressor, what you're going to do is lift that up, flip that over, and that hose comes off. Now what we've got on here is we've got our intake. Now this is a fantastic tool, and this will go on the front to get all that air sucking in through the front. So they do call it a pig nose, as you can see. And you've got your inflator and de-inflator. So if you've got a beach ball or anything like that, you can slot that on the front there. You can de-inflate it. If you want to inflate it, then what we do is we go on the inflation side and we twist our bag off, like so. Press the seatbelt clip at the back. Now on your hose, and I have got a video again showing you how to do this a lot more of a close-up to do it. But what you've got with your hose is you've got a line there on your hose, and you've got a line here. So when you slot this on, you're going to line that up and that up with that line there. Then what I tend to do, and this is pretty easy, put your knee behind there, and you're literally going to twist, and that will lock in position. Now that is on the blow side. Now when you've got it on the blow side, again, you've got your inflator. So now you can blow up your beach balls, you can blow up your air beds, anything like that, because you've got the intake there and the outtake blowing out that way. Now like I said, if you're going to be using it for anything to blow, then what I tend to do is connect it all up like this first, put this out the door, turn it on, and you'll see a little bit of dirt or dust blow out, and that'll be whatever is left in the machine or the hose from when you previously used it for vacuuming with the hose. So again, this is ideal for inflating your beach balls, your air beds, anything like that that needs inflating. And also you can use it for blowing out keyboards, TVs, anything like that, because you do get a lot of dust, and dust does damage electronics. Old game systems. Now my advice is, if you're using an old game system, what I tend to do is not blow it out, purely because if you've got a CD drive and you tend to blow high pressured air in there through the side, you might blow that dust over the laser pickle, and then you're not going to read the discs. So the ideal way to do that is obviously have it on the suction side and vacuum it out with this. That's all I do with our Wii U or our PS4. That's what that's simply for, and it's ideal for keyboards as well, for vacuuming off if you don't want to blow all that dust out around. Now while we've got on the blow side, this now is set up as well, because it's the blow side, for your portable shampoo app, which I've got here. In the shampoo playlist there is a video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out, and there's a lot more close-up and a lot more detail on how to use the portable shampoo app. So all you're going to do is, you've got your shampoo, so with this you fill it up to the first line with warm water, not boiling water, because you do not want to shrink your sweet. You're going to fill it up to there, then they've got a second line, and you're going to top that up with Kirby shampoo. Now you've got to use Kirby shampoo because it's got a defoamer in there as well, and you've also got that Kirby guard, which is like a Scotch Guard coating that it's going to give you sweet. And again, I'll put an card above linking on a video how to do that. So once you've done that, and you've got your water in there, you've got your shampoo in there, what I tend to do is slot that on there like so, and then all you do is give it a bit of a shake, okay, just to get that mixture mixed. Make sure that's nice and tight, and then connect that to there. Now this is still on the blow side, so again, when you plug it in and you turn it on, it's going to blow. Again, you don't need it in dry because you're not moving this around, you just have it in neutral, and this is what you spray your sweet with. Now if you're doing curtains or the backs of your settee and you need that foam to stick, my advice is, and this was something I was taught at Kirby when the G3s first came out, is leave the nozzle off, give it a light spray like so, then put your nozzle on, and then when you lay that foam, that inch of foam, it's going to stick to the back of the settee. So you've got enough chance to rub it in and get all that foam rubbed into there, or even your curtains, whatever you're shampooing. And it's ideal for your car upholstery. It's fantastic on the velour trim, it works really well, and it makes your car smell awesome. Right, so now what I'm going to do is switch it to the portable mode. Now this is purely if you've got beds. So what we're going to do is take this pig nose off there. So we're going to need to take our hose off. So again, just put your hand there, twist, and off that comes. Now when you put these on again, make sure you locate them properly. I've had a lot of these where these are damaged because people haven't got them on correct, forced it and twisted it when it's not fully down. So you've got to make sure that line lines up with that line, slot it down, make sure it's fully down, and then you can twist it when you go to connect it, and you'll hear it click. If it will not go, it's a little bit stiff, but it shouldn't be really stiff. If it's really stiff, it's not located properly. Convert this to portable mode, and I'm not zooming in just to make life a lot easier for people. You're going to twist that round, your cable will come out, lift that up, twist, out, twist, twist, and twist, and out that comes. On the back here, you've got a little push button to push that in, and your handle comes out. Then we've got our portable handle. So again, you're just going to slot that in, so that just goes in there, like so. Now that's in. If you want to release that, you've got to put your thumb behind there, press the little button, and out it pops. Push it back in, and it sets up. Okay, so you don't have to push it in to push that in. You literally get that, push it in, and it will click. That's not going to come out. It's literally like a seatbelt clip. With your bag, like I said, if you set it for portable mode, you do not want the bag full. You will have a nightmare. There's no way when that bag's full, you're ever going to clip it in there. So if you're in the UK, you're going to have like a silencer in there, which takes up quite a lot of the bag. Again, which makes it awkward. I don't think they've got the tops on these in the UK for that reason, because it's a bit awkward to get that to connect in there when your bag's pretty full and you've got that silencer in there. Now to connect our bag, again make sure you've got an internal bag in there, slot it on, so you've got a line and a line, line it up, twist, and it's on. Then all we do is get this seatbelt clip here, and we're just going to slide that in the back there. Now you can see how that is sort of compressing the hose. If you've got a bag and it's pretty half full, you're not going to get that to connect. So if you're vacuuming beds or anything like that, my recommendation is do it with a fresh, clean bag so you haven't got that issue. Now I vacuum my beds probably once a month, and I always do it with a clean bag. So the first thing I vacuum is the beds with a clean bag. Then once you've got that, you're going to connect your portable head. Now if you're vacuuming your beds, Kirby used to recommend winding the belt on and vacuuming your bed with that. Now there's a lot of people that have got new beds and you've got that cover on your mattress that's not removable, and it can get damaged if you use the brush roll. So if that manages to catch a little bit of cotton or anything, then it could wrap around that brush roll. I always vacuum on with the brush roll on, but we've got some older mattresses and that's why I do that. If you haven't and you've got a newer style mattress, or you've got a mattress cover, Kirby recommend, obviously for legal reasons, that you wind it off, so then they're not liable because they have told you not to have that brush roll running while you're vacuuming the bed. Now this will suck up to 13 inches deep, so it's still going to get all that dead skin and grime out of those mattresses. So you make sure your belt's wound off. So it'll be on green to green, but you haven't twisted that, because if you twist it, it's going to pick up the belt and it's going to be red to red. So you can leave that green to green, so there's no tension on that belt. Slot that on the foot there, lift it up, slot it over, shut it down, and that is now ready for portability. When you're vacuuming your stairs, okay, you don't need it in drive, but what you need to do is keep that all the way down, like so. And if you've got a staircase, what I tend to do, or used to do should I say, was I'll have my hand under the back there. These aren't heavy, and I always start at the very top step and I work my way down. So I'll vacuum one step at a time, work my way down, vacuum, and so on. And you just keep one hand there, but most of the weight is going to be on that front, so there's no real weight there. If you've got that there, you're just keeping it steady, and it's going to roll back and forth on them stair treads and get them nice and clean and get all that dirt out of there. Like I said, again, start from the top and work your way down. Now with your mattress, again, you're going to want it fully down, and then obviously the brush roll's not running. You can put it in drive. If you've got it in drive, just keep your lead out the way, because it's going to try and roll over it. You don't want it catching your lead. That might be one reason why some of these, the leads are splitting. But other than that, I tend to use mine in drive. I just keep the lead out the way, so I'll sort of wrap it around my hand there, so it's out the way, and then I'll hold it there, and back and forth we go. If it's in drive, obviously, it's not going to move now. And again, if you've got your Kirby in drive, do not pull it back and forth while it's not turned on, because it's engaged in gear, and it's a bit like a car. When you're trying to jump start it, yes, you can push it in fourth or third and it's going to jump start. This won't. It's locked in a gear. You do not want to break that gear linkage by leaving it in drive and trying to pull it around. Now we'll just convert this back to the upright system. Take that apart. You're literally going to press that button there. We're going to press our seat belt clips in there. You can get your finger in the top there, and you're literally going to pull that, push, and out that comes. We grab our handle and push our handle in there, like so, and then we're going to push that seat belt clip straight up there, and that is clicked back in. Now round the back we've got our lead. So with our lead, we're going to push our lead in. So you push it in there and in there, lift that up, and again you want to go to the left and then round to the right, so it clips in. And what I do is go around the front, so that clips underneath there, and then we're just going to wind our lead around like so. That is back in the upright mode. My belt's wound off. 9 times out of 10 your belt should be wound off when it's not in use. So when I mean wound off, and this is for other people that have asked me that, it should be wound off, so when you undo it, you feel it just falls off. Turn that on, so we wind the belt back on, slot that on, switch that over, and that's now engaged. Now what you've got on here is a green light. Now if that green light's flashing, obviously your belt is obviously wearing, or your brush roll is put in and it's too low. But to correct that, you either want to check your belt or check that the brush roll isn't too low or pushed down too far on that carpet, because you're going to get that burning smell. And again, I have got a video on my channel telling you all about this and how the brush roll should be set to the correct height and the burning belts. Now that will be in the playlist as well. And when I say by wound off, I don't mean switch it round like that and leave it like that. That is wound off. Now what you'll find if it's like that green light will not be on at all. It will be off because it knows this brush roll isn't turning. But the only thing with that is that as well is when you've wound it off, you've still got tension on that belt from that belt lifter. So if you leave that like that, it's going to stretch that belt and it's not going to be any good. And that goes the same for when you're storing your shampoo system away as well. Do not leave the belt wound like that because it will stretch. You'll come to use your shampoo system and the belt's no good. So when I mean by wound off again is obviously wind the belt off, take it off, turn it back green to green, and then slot it on when you're not using it. And that is probably the best way to store your Kirby if you're not going to be using it for a couple of days or even weeks. So if you're going on holiday, make sure that belt is wound off because when you come back, if it's not, you're going to have a stretched belt. Right, so what we'll do now is just put everything back in the bag. So, and what you'll find as well, you should have a spare belt. What Kirby tend to do with the belts is you'll have a couple of spare 2 or 3 when it comes with your machine, and you'll always have one, and they do this to this day, and it's something I was taught, they always put a spare belt around your duster brush, and that's 9 times out of 10, every second-hand Kirby I've bought has had a belt around there, so people haven't used the duster brush or the tools to the full extent that they can, and they've got a spare belt on there. A lot of people tend to use the Kirby just as an upright, so this is a bit of a refresher if you've had that demonstration and you've totally forgot, and it is a bit mind-blowing. Yes, it's a 2 hour, maybe 3 hour, depending on how long the Kirby demonstrator was there. I know when we had a demonstration years ago, my dad wanted to kill him because he wanted him to leave, but at the end of the day he did buy a Heritage too. As far as I'm concerned, and if you're watching my channel you know that, I would not buy any other vacuum or recommend any other vacuum than a Kirby because it saved me a fortune in unblocking drains, in cleaning carpets, suites, even new second-hand cars I've bought. You can get the interiors up fantastic with your Kirby shampoo system. So again, if you bought a new Kirby, I'll give you another tip, and you think you're running out of bags, double check if you haven't used your tools, because 9 times out of 10 the bags and the book are in your portable tools or your accessories that a lot of people don't use their Kirby to the full extent. I mean, it's not just a vacuum, it's a home care cleaning system. You've got literally 20 different items with it. Don't forget, everything you use in my videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products, so make sure you check those out. Right, so I hope that video wasn't too long. Obviously, it's not going to be 2 or 3 hours like your Kirby demonstration was, but I'm hoping a lot of people got a lot of information out of this, and I have got plenty of videos. I am trying to work through the playlists and sort them out to in a lot more of an order so as people can find stuff a lot easier. Like I said, I've got plenty of tutorials on there. There are more Kirby reviews coming up and more tutorials and plenty of reviews on non-Kirby products and Kirby products coming to this channel. So if you haven't already, again, make sure you show your support by subscribing. There's plenty of content on here. So again, those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then show your support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one.